This is a paid program. JJ Publicidad, EMR, and its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guest.
Ang buhay, buhay, buhay sa Amerika. Mabubuhay ka sa Amerika kahit mahirap ka ha. Basta't kasama mo, kababayan mo, maligaya ka na dito sa Amerika. Sa buhay-buhay sa Amerika.
Uy mga kababayan, kapuso at kapamilya, oras na para magsama-sama tayo para sa isang oras na kwentuhan na magbibigay ng aral at inspirasyon. Dito lang sa ating programang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhia Luz.
Hola mga kababayan, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. This is Rhia Luz of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika and we are live at Entre Mujeres Radio. For today's episode, we wanted to congratulate and honor the 2024 grads, and I'm so glad that I have two of them who are here today, and they're both from ASU and U of A. And I am so inspired that my co-host today is Miss Francesca Maglalang, who has been with us for some
years,
time, as my other co-host. And she also has traveled the world right after that co-hosting, right, Francesca?
Yeah, I did. It was a fun experience.
So, Francesca, please greet our audience. Look at the...
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And stay tuned. We have a lot coming up and a lot to discuss.
And I know we have very exciting day because today we're honoring our two grads here as well as all the other grads of 2024. And also we will have some parents who will be giving tips how to raise successful children. So tune in, make sure you log and give your comments how you raise successful children, as well as make sure you like and subscribe to Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
Thank you, Francesca, for joining me. So for the first one on our list, could you be able to give us the honor of introducing our first guest?
Yes, of course. So our first guest today is none other than my sister, my older sister, Claire. And Ate Claire is the strongest person I know, and I'm so excited to have her here to show her journey throughout college and everything. And she's just been a trooper through it all, to be honest. In college, she even worked like 3 jobs and everything, never hesitating to even drive me or my younger sister, Erica, anywhere we needed and everything. And so Claire graduated from Arizona State University from the W.P. Carey School of Business with a degree in business healthcare, where she graduated Summa CumLaude. So congrats to her. And honestly, she is the most hardworking, selfless person I know. And I just know she's going to make a really great impact on the world. So without further ado, I introduce my sister.
Hello everyone! Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. I'm really honored to be here and share my experience as an ASU graduate.
Wow, thank you so much, Claire, for joining us. Welcome to Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika.
Thank you.
I think it's first time for Claire to be in the on this table.
Yes.
She's always be helping us behind the scene of Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika since we started, and this is like our Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika kids now has graduated.
I know. I think they were talking about it earlier, Tita, that when you first started the show, they were freshmen in high school.
Yes.
And now they're college graduates,
That's
so it's
why-
kind of insane.
Yeah, that's why it's really important to celebrate them today.
Yes.
And the one I have next to me is, I'm very proud of her. Not only because she's my daughter. I wanted Javier to help me show her picture. Hanna Faith has graduated from the University of Arizona with a BS in Neuroscience and Cognitive Science and a minor in Chinese language. Her 4 years at the university had been full of neuropsychological research, amateur radio operations, and service to her academic community through various leadership positions. She will be moving to Taiwan in August as the recipient of a Fulbright Award for the 2024-2025 academic year. Following her time abroad, she will come back to the U.S. to pursue a PhD in clinical psychology and continue a career studying memory and aging. Let's welcome my beautiful daughter, Hanna Kulu. Well done, Hanna.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
proud of you. I love reading her graduation announcement. So, welcome, Hanna.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here and to support my mom and Claire and Cheska in today's show.
And also to support the younger generation who will be coming after you. Because Claire, you and Cheska, you've been amazing student leaders since
you.
day one when
you so
you stepped
much.
here in American soil. So let's first ask this question. Now, how does it feel being a new grad?
I think it's a culmination of just excitement and fear of like the unknown, but still I'm ready.
Wow.
Yeah, because with everything that we've been through as like a graduate in the COVID times, we started with classes online through Zoom, and we learned how to like stay resilient through all of that challenges.
Yeah.
I think being able to like walk through that stage was something like, oh, we are here and we made it, and really excited to really make our impact on the world.
You are truly making an impact in the world.
Yeah.
Great job, Claire.
Yeah.
How about you, Hanna?
I feel it's very relieving, of course, to graduate from college. You know, it's a very arduous, 4 years that you have to go through, and it wasn't made easier by COVID, of course. But at the end of the day, I feel very proud and very excited to have been able to study my field, and just being able to have access to so many opportunities to just further my understanding of the topics that I chose to study. So I'm very glad. It's very bittersweet actually, because it's I miss my classmates. I miss just kind of having that routine, and I agree it's scary to have to develop that new routine for yourself after you graduate, because there's no more classes, that kind of thing. But I'm very happy still.
It's awesome.
Yes. And maybe we can ask this too about the things that they have studied. Because it's not everybody can understand what is neuroscience with cognitive development, right?
Cognitive science.
Cognitive science. See, I need some development on this matter as well. So let's start with Hanna. What is that thing that you have studied?
So I chose to study neuroscience because I had an interest, at least in the brain. I had an interest in human health, and I was originally planning on entering medical school and becoming a physician. However, I then, after just getting more experience shadowing physicians and getting more research experience and shadowing also neuropsychologists and other kinds of understanding that there's more clinical careers out there other than just doctor and nurse, honestly. I was really excited to just learn about the field of neuropsychology, which is a position that you gain from a clinical psychology PhD. And so I was really excited about that. Yes, neuroscience, a lot goes into it. But basically, it's the study of the brain. Our program at the U of A is interesting because it also combines cognitive science. So you don't only get the brain, the hard, science aspects of the brain, but also the more theoretical, philosophical aspects of cognitive science as well. So it's a very, very great program.
It's awesome.
Wow, awesome. Thank you, Hanna. And you went to Columbia University as an intern.
Yes. I was able to, in regard to talking about external opportunities to further study neuroscience, I was very heavily active in research throughout undergrad. So I participated in a research experience for undergraduates, an REU, which is a National Science Foundation funded program given to grant given to kind of academic institutions and bigger laboratories to encourage undergraduates to come and visit their lab for a summer summer, and they get to do summer research with the mentors and faculty at those labs. I did an REU called the Summer of Translational Aging Research for Undergraduates at Columbia University in their neurology department at their medical school. So I did neuroscience research there for a summer in my undergrad.
Yes.
sounds really cool.
I was so impressed and very grateful and very proud mom.
Yeah,
I
as you
followed
should, Tita,
Hannah
yeah.
when she gave an international, what is that? International neuroscience.
Yes, so part of that program, or just part of research, like undergraduate research, or just research in general. So you're able to present your findings at academic conferences. I was lucky enough to submit an abstract from the research that I did that summer to the International Neuropsychological Society conference in San Diego, California in spring 2023. So I was accepted for a poster presentation, and I presented on my research from that summer there. So that was my first conference experience. I was very happy. My PI from my lab at the U of A was there, and many other peers were there, and it was very like academically thrilling environment.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hannah. Made me proud.
Yeah, as you should, Tita. That's really awesome.
Yes. And I'm sure, Claire, your mom and dad and the whole community is even so proud of you for being a summa cum laude. Imagine that, with 3 jobs. So, what is this? Since Hannah shared what she studied, so give us an idea. What did you study?
Okay, so I actually studied business healthcare with WP Carey at ASU, and through like my whole student journey, I was part of different ASU like student jobs, specifically in business and marketing roles through like the Sun Devil Fitness Center, and also the Learning and Teaching Hub, which is a smaller department within the engineering school who are like in charge of creating the lecture materials and stuff. But I was like the business side of that department, and I was the only student worker helping those pro staff. So it was really cool being able to connect with pro staff while being like a university student, because I got to learn from like their experiences, and they taught me like how to rely on really important like tasks through just their everyday like things that they gave me. It like varied. Like every single day, they would give you a different project to work on, and you had to be adaptable. And then during the weekends, I was part of the radiology file room at the hospital. So I was helping with like patient images, making sure that it was in the correct like patient file, and like transferring patient records and stuff like that. And that taught me like the administrative side of healthcare. So I really want to like pursue being able to find ways to help the different populations, especially the ones that are very marginalized, and giving the right resources to them, and helping them not just like on the clinical side, but also making sure that they have like the monetary and like the physical, like the right support system for their like needs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
You already are like working in your profession while you're still studying. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Are you gaining some insights now?
Yeah, and honestly, I had the opportunity to actually work with at the Claire throughout our time at ASU for a couple of them. So the last job she didn't talk about was another marketing job that she did, and marketing was something that we worked on together. So like I was really happy to see her combine these various passions into something that really she molded that really fit her style and everything. And through it all, she was very hardworking and resilient through it. So very proud of her, and I just love that she was able to make it her path be what she wanted it to be.
Yes, we're very proud of you. And talking about marketing, I wanted to mention and appreciate our sponsor of today's show, Mommy Dit Hoxton Maynard, and the amazing mom of our President Prince Edward Lago of our community mortgage, for supporting the show. Mommy, thank you so much for helping us, and happy Mother's Day since we're still in May. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, mother figures, whether you have your own kid or you have taken care of many children. And I wanted to appreciate all of you, and please come and support Buhay Buhay sa Amerika and be our sponsor so we can continue our show. As Mommy Dit says, you can use that support in any way you can, and that's why we have this episode. And seeing you as a young people, the hope of our future leaders and our hope, really, it's about the right investment is investing in our youth. And today's show is going to really help our community, not only the Filipino community, but the whole other communities, if they can learn from all these amazing students and grads who are here with us. In fact, all these three had gone and traveled abroad in your school. So please, can you share that information? Chess.
Oh, me, starting with me? Okay.
Yeah, the last time you were here, you were my co-host, and then later on I found out you got to travel to Paris.
I was actually really inspired by that episode that I co-hosted with you, Tita, because
And
shout out
Monica.
to Ate Monica.
Yes.
That entire episode was focused around studying abroad and like all the opportunities around that. And so coming from that, I was able to study abroad in Paris, France, and I finished my psychology minor there in spring 2023. Wow. Yeah, so it was a really great time. I learned a lot, and in fact, some of the classes that I learned when I was abroad really propelled me to pursue another minor in global health.
Oh, good.
Just to, because as a current nursing major, I really feel that it's important to have a holistic and worldwide view on our healthcare, especially since that's the whole reason why I went into this profession anyways, to really help people. And seeing that on a worldwide perspective by studying abroad was really eye-opening and amazing. And I bet I can attest that Hanna and Ate Claire also feel the same way with all their study abroad opportunities. So I'll ask Hanna, like, how was your study abroad experience? I know you went on a couple, so just give us a little overview.
Well, for me, throughout undergrad, I didn't study abroad. Well, at least not yet, technically.
Yeah.
But there were, I did take part in some State Department funded study abroad opportunities. I took part in the National Security Language Initiative for Youth program in high school, which provided a scholarship for me to study abroad in China for a summer in high school, and I studied Mandarin Chinese. And there's a college equivalent called the Critical Language Scholarship, where again you get the opportunity to study abroad and just take in a new language in an immersive and intensive language program. For me, my target language throughout college, after I finished all my Chinese classes, was actually Swahili, which is a language spoken in Tanzania, Kenya, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is where my father is from. So I was interested in pursuing the CLS program throughout undergrad to study Swahili. I was actually very timid to apply for it, so I ended up not applying, but it's still open. It's still open for graduate students, so hopefully. Yeah. But following, I also applied for the Fulbright Award for this recent application cycle, and I accepted an award to go to Taiwan for a year, starting this August.
So. Very cool. Yeah.
So how long does it take for you to apply for all this? Especially the Fulbright scholarship.
I think that when it comes to applying for external programs and external scholarships to study abroad, you really have to take in like how the mission of like the program that you're applying for, because if you're like, for example, I would typically really went for like language focused ones, but if you're someone who doesn't really have an interest in learning foreign languages, then it's like kind of difficult to really craft an application talking about like why you need to learn that language if you're more like focused on a different aspect. But I think like how you guys, I think you both did kind of like healthcare related ones. I think that's a very good avenue to discuss like how global healthcare and just understanding like healthcare systems across the world affect like your perception of healthcare and like your like how you move forward in your careers. So.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why Ate Claire also wanted to study abroad, and she studied abroad this past spring. So if you want to talk about that a little bit,
Tell us about that, Claire.
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to study abroad during my spring break this spring semester in Brazil, and it was an amazing opportunity. We discussed mostly the global future of Brazil, along with democracy and sustainability. Yes, Brazil. And it was an amazing opportunity because we were able to work with University of Brazil students while we were on our trip. And having their insight during like our study abroad program really brought in like the whole collectivistic like view of like a global like perspective, which was really cool.
So learning, you were able to travel. Did you pay anything, or the school pays for? How did you get those? Because it's very important and it's inspiring for other students to learn. I can travel without having to pay. And so, did you go pay for it, or?
For me, I was blessed with being able to receive a scholarship to help fund for like the whole study abroad experience, and I was able to do that because of our global education office. They make sure that they update like their website every like week, every day, pretty much, and they add new scholarships from like external sources, not just ASU sponsored. And I tried my best with like applying every single time. Like if it wasn't related to my major, I still tried because sometimes they like sometimes people don't apply and like you'll luck out and you're like, oh, I actually did get it, which was really exciting. But for that specific like scholarship, I got sponsored through WP Carey, and they helped pay for my experience.
And yours too, Claire?
I think mine is similar to Hannah's, where I was actually awarded a scholarship type grant from the government. I'm a what's it called? I'm a Benjamin A. Gilman scholar. Yeah, so I was part of the Gilman Scholar Program. That's how I was able to fund my study abroad. But along with that, I also applied on like external scholarship sites and also through ASU's Global Education Office. So just a combination between those two things, and also just like saving up a little bit of money from the other jobs that I worked just to help fund that. And I would highly recommend it to anyone because honestly, studying abroad really changed my life in that type of way.
Yes, that's really not only changing your perspective, but really inspiring the community at large. So Hanna, we were talking about that last time in the car about how to apply. Can you share?
I think that being able, again, like recognizing like the missions of like each like program that you're applying for, and I think the beauty of it is that there are like exactly how you said, like there's a lot of scholarships out there that, you know, maybe people don't apply for, so it's like, oh, like let me like try it out, and you might end up being like the one person that applied and you get it, that kind of thing. And then also the fact that you're like a Gilman scholar, like that's also very good because it's like there's a lot of like kind of making sure that you fit the requirements or like the kind of sometimes you're exactly the kind of student that a program is looking for, and so to see your application there would be very good. But at the end of the day, this just takes a lot of like kind of like time just to like figure out which like scholarships are best like suited for the kind of student that you are and the kind of experience that you're looking for. Like for example, for me, I applied for a Fulbright like English teaching award. I was interested in a master's degree, but I wasn't entirely like I didn't know if I was like the best fit for the master's degree. So I was like, oh, like I have more teaching experience. I have more experiences related to education, teaching, and like mentorship. So that's why I pursued the English Teaching Award. But I also have peers who are more like kind of academically like inclined. So they're like telling me like, so they're also like interested in the Fulbright Award, and they're like, oh, I'm not interested in teaching, so I don't think I would be a very good fit for the teaching award. But for the a graduate study, they would definitely be good candidates.
Yeah.
And you have to, you are mentioning about checking your email. Actually,
that is
very important.
especially being in college, right?
I feel like there's a lot of students might get into the habit of just kind of like ignoring their email or just disregarding like every single email that comes in. But I think that in your email, especially if you have like faculty and like program coordinators who are really like dedicated to like student success, they will often be like your first contact for like, hey, we have this opportunity at this random university to like study here, or like I really loved my the neuroscience and cognitive science program at the U of A because
You've got mail.
exactly. They send out a lot of emails, and at first it's like, oh my gosh, like why do they send so many emails? But it's like every email is like, here's a free opportunity to study like this at this university. Here's a free summer opportunity to do this. Like here's a opportunity to do research. We're looking for like, they send out jobs, like research opportunities, study abroad, like so many like incredible things. And it just like it makes me very like not like grr, but it's just like confusion, you know. And it's like my classmates are like, oh, I just like ignore all of those, and it's like, wait, like these are really good things to look into. So
no, I totally agree with you, Hannah. Like people laugh at me when I'm like, oh, I read every single newsletter, and I like clean out my email every time. And I also recommend like checking the spam, because some important emails end up in spam, and it's like, I don't know how, but yeah. Definitely
making it a habit is very important.
This is really amazing insights that you're giving to our community and to young people. So learn from this tree, because this has learned the ability to organize, and all the things that you have accomplished are definitely through your organized ability, or organizational ability, and also networking.
Yes.
It's on your email.
Yeah, honestly, I think since our generation is super technology driven and focused, that it's like essential now to like always be checking your email or like updating your LinkedIn, or you know, just stuff like that, just to make sure that everyone stays connected, since our world is very run on technology.
Yes, and that's why I'm very proud of you, and so much hope are overflowing from this young generations of leaders. This is, you're not just here in Arizona, but you are really going to impact many global policies in the future through your work. Yes. So one thing, with all the things that you have done, did you find any challenges during your school in college?
I think one of the greater challenges that I think, because you know, when you come into college, everyone is always like it's okay to change your major. Like I feel like despite like how many times people say like it's okay to change your major, it's okay to like have redirections on your like future path. I think when you're actually faced with that decision, it is like actually like I understand why people like really tell you that so many times, because there were times where I like thought about changing my major because I was afraid of like one calculus class, and I was like, I'm just like so bad at math, so I got like really nervous, and I changed my major. I sent the email, and then luckily I was able to talk with upperclassmen in my major. So again, like networking and just being able to have like access to like a community of like supporters, just, you know, to just like be a sounding board for those ideas of like, hey, like I feel like really stressed about like this choice, like should I like go through with it, or should I like getting advice from people who have done what you have already, what you're hoping to do is always really good. And also I feel like this is kind of specific, but if you're like when people who like go into college wanting to go into medicine and then they like changing out of it, I feel like that is also like an entirely big thing. But I think the beauty of it is just that like it's always okay to, you know, change your mind based on other information. And if you like go into your career thinking you want to be like a physician and you're like, I'm a pre-med, blah, 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 and then you realize like, I don't want to do that, understanding that there are other careers in those like specific fields that you want is always like very beautiful. So I really like that your school has like that business, like administration with like the nursing like component. So.
Yeah. I want to like thank you for like mentioning that, because like in the future I am planning on doing like my master's in nursing, and like for most people who like followed me throughout like my college journey, they knew that I was set on nursing like for my freshman year. And I think from all my experiences like with my student roles in the university, I also got to see like the business perspective, and I fell in love with that side. And I was like, oh wait, there's another like side of me that I want to explore, not just like the nursing side. And it's really okay to like
Change your mind.
yeah,
and,
change
like,
your mind, and also like learn a different side of you,
True.
because you're still young.
Yeah.
And you'll make mistakes as you go, but making those mistakes early now, you'll become more resilient, and you'll become stronger as like a student. And like I know having an overall perspective really shapes like how you go about a challenge. You don't have to go at it one way. There's many ways to get to the right answer, I feel like.
Yeah.
And having different like perspectives will allow you to be more like job demanded.
Yes.
Or- yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like I feel like nowadays the industry or like different types of jobs, they aren't looking for like a set thing. They want to see people who are like easily
Thinking out of the
moldable.
box.
Yeah, they can think out of the
know.
box.
Yeah.
And it's like what they say, like I've heard this from a couple different people, that even if you wanted to go to med school, you don't have to necessarily get a degree in biology or chemistry, because all these different places want to see like different types of people that are adaptable to their situation.
And
Oh, and
yeah,
we do
look
have
at
a comment.
that. Yes.
Thank you from Anel Valenzuela. She said, "What beautiful and inspiring young ladies! Congratulations!"
Thank you. Oh, hello, ladies. Great tips from our Glendale Councilwoman candidate, Miss Lupe Encinas of our Pink Door, the Pink Door. She's the owner, and she's
very
watching.
cool.
These are from Glendale, Lupe.
Yeah,
So, thank you. These ladies are from Glendale, and we're from Chandler. Chandler Women Power. Councilwoman Christine Ellis and Vice Mayor Odie Harris and Joseph Young are running in my community. And so much things to learn from this young lady's perspective, and amazing how much you have done in your very young life, and much more to come, right? So at this time, Javier, I would like to invite, if you can please share with us some of the pictures of our 2024 grads that we wanted to highlight. I made a little bit. That's Miss Monica Aurelio Wicknagel. She graduated Masters in Asian Studies from the University of Hawaii, and she's going to be our diplomat, our future diplomat. She'll be going, her mom just mentioned she's on her way to being assigned soon. So, she mentions, yes, congratulations 2024 grads and families. That's Claire. Janelle graduated engineering, and she's already got a job this Saturday, starting a job in Texas. And the Mansour brothers both graduated summa cum laude from ASU. And that wonderful, that's my wonderful daughter, Hanna. And all her classmates from neuroscience. These kids are the outstanding graduates of U of A, University of Arizona. Congratulations to all the graduates and their families. And see how Nanay was so happy after Hanna come right after graduation. We did not have our graduation party, but instead Hanna was so nice to honor my mom, my 89-year-old mom, with this. Last 2 years ago, Mia gave Nanay her high school toga. Now Nanay graduated college, and maybe in the future she can have
She's gonna get the PhD,
doctorate,
a master's and a PhD once Hannah's done. Thank you so much, Hanna. Thank you, Javier, for sharing. And that's how we celebrate Mother's Day. And I think that's a great, if you can play it again, some of our graduates shared their toga to their relatives who are so dear to them. I also wanted to mention, and Javier, if you can share about our West Point grads. These two, this is Brian Lunn. He is a West Point grad of 2024. And the lady next to her is a Filipina, and they're going to be married very soon, right after graduation. I met them in the airport on the way when he's going. If you can run. Another beautiful lady that we have to recognize is Miss Erica Esterly. This wonderful lady is on her fiance is also about 2024, graduating from West Point this Saturday, and they're going to get married too right after graduation. Erica was able to swam. She did the SAC alumni. Erica Esterly she participated in the SCAR open water event. It's a 40 miles, 4 lakes in 4 days. She did it in 4 days. She was able to swam at Apache Lake, Canyon Lake, Saguaro, and Roosevelt in 4 days. Can you imagine that? This young lady has really put Arizona in the map, not only at West Point, but also bringing Arizona great pride. So these are just some of our amazing graduates of 2024, and there's so much more we can learn from each other. And at this time, since we are both honoring you for your amazing work, I have actually sent some questions to moms on how they raise amazing, wonderful children. This came to mind when one of Hannah's professor from neuroscience asked us, how did you raise such amazing kids? So I think that's everyone's question in mind. As parents, we all want our children to succeed. And so I have with me, I think we have one mom here on live studio. We could invite Miss Cecil Rivera Maglalang to come join us. And yay, Cecil, the mother of the Summa Cum Laude. Hi, Cecil.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Mabuhay sa ating mga Pilipino na nagdidiwang sa mga graduate ng 2024.
Cecil, I know you have worked so hard for all your Tres Marias. Can you tell us what's your secret? How you raise them well? You gave me a very long. I said I think you better just come and tell it.
Well, first of all, Rhia, allow me to thank you
Oh, thank
for
you.
giving this opportunity, to recognize all the graduates of the year 2024. Because tayong mga Pilipino, we are really hardworking. And I'm sure everybody knows that there's so many who graduated with honors.
Yes.
So, talagang marami tayong kilala. About the tip, Rhia, I guess, honestly, Eric and I were talking about it. And first of all, we parents, we really want what is best for our children. As long as they give their best, then that's enough for us. Next is the open communication. Because we really have to allow them to decide on what they really want. We cannot, force them. So it's rooted on also in our, the values of the family, of, trusting them that they will do the right decision, will choose the good thing. And of course, and lastly, I guess everything, is because of the goodness and the love of God to all of us. So the intelligence that was given to you, of course, there's hard work, but most of all, you have to be grateful to God, because all the goodness in life happens because of Him. And the best way is to be grateful. You just don't have to be smart. It is good to be smart, but you have to be a total person. We're in total package, right? Smart, kind, very respectful, very helpful and caring and kind, very responsible. Those are the things that are also important. And congratulations to all the graduates, to you young ladies. I can see that you have a very good, values in life. And these are the things that we need. And, those younger generation who's following your footsteps, and they look up to you. You're such a good role model to them. And, all the sacrifices that your family has endured, so worth it.
Yes.
Ayoko umiyak, Rhia, but, this is
There's
really...
no reason to cry. This is a celebration.
Sometimes if there's too much joy, you can't help but being emotional. and as a mom of, Claire, and of course Jessica and Erica, what I am so proud of is more than being a Summa CumLaude, Claire is really, really very kind, responsible, and she makes it a point to serve, the community, the church, and I guess that's the most important thing in life.
Yes. Thank you, Cecil, for raising amazing and wonderful daughters. Yes.
You as
Sabi
well.
ko nga sa'yo,
You're
ikaw
doing a
ang
good job.
ambassador. You and all the moms and parents here in our community are true ambassadors of the Philippines and here in America. Also, I have asked Miss Lita Miguel. Her daughter graduated as magna cum laude in engineering in ASU, and she sent me a message, and she says, for us, the main secret are prayers and diversifying everything, especially that me and my husband were born and raised in a completely different culture. Open communication and honesty and respect is the main ingredient. Giving them the right to speak for themselves, as long as they will not raise their voice on us, that's okay. Secondly, knowing who their circles of friends are without being judgmental. Teaching them to be kind, to protect themselves against bullying, reminding them that not everyone has a good family dynamic, so people may cope differently sometimes with anger that's turned outwardly to others. Thirdly is teaching and allowing them to be independent within our means, trusting them but be on our guard to support them with their failures, reminding them that it's okay to fail because it's part of being successful. And lastly is to be on our knees to pray for them. That is the key ingredient. That's amazing words of wisdom. That's why we have great children in our community because of wonderful families and wonderful parents who raised them well. I could not answer right away Hannah's professor when she asked me what's the secret. And I asked actually Hannah, again, I will ask you, what is the secret? How did you become successful?
I think that you guys did hit the nail on the head with the open communication, and also what she had said about like recognizing that like maybe not everyone has like a very strong like family life, because I do think that like a lot of the reasons why like myself and Claire are able to, I guess, like strive to new heights and also like pursue all of these amazing opportunities is because we've grown up having that understanding that, you know, like we have like a family that has our back, like we feel very, like we have a very strong support system. And I think that having that support system throughout your life and throughout your just academic journey especially gives you a lot of confidence to even pursue these kinds of opportunities. So I think that an important thing for having successful children is being able to support them no matter what, and just really making sure that like they like letting them know of like all of the opportunities that are available to them, and just giving them the freedom to pursue those opportunities is very important.
Great. How about Claire?
And I think my mom always tells us like, pinalaki ko na kayo. You guys have to make your own decisions. And being in college, like I wasn't staying at a dorm, so I actually stayed at home with them, and having that like support system every single day was very like, it made me stronger because college is already really hard, and having them by my side, I think that was like my secret to like a success, because mommy would cook for us and daddy would help us like with the car and stuff, like getting gas, making sure that we have the transportation to like go to the different campuses at ASU, because there are 4. And like we were able to navigate not just to the West Campus, we were able to reach like different parts of the valley through like their support, and also like not just my parents' support, but the BLD community, the OLV community. They were able to also give me tips about like how to be a better student overall. And I think that's really important, having that strong support system and making sure that mentally you're also okay throughout like your whole journey.
Taking care of yourself.
Taking care of yourself is very important.
I also like that you shouted out like your academic like community, like those like work community, academic and work communities, especially because like even if like you like how the other person had said, like even if you don't necessarily have like the best family life, I think it is still absolutely possible for you to have like a successful support system through like the academic communities and the cultural communities available at your universities. Like I know that U of A has a very strong PASA, like and we have FASA. So just having like those kinds of like communities where just like those student associations that will provide a lot of just like, you know, you're all students together, and maybe you're all like together because you're all like Filipino, or maybe you're all together because you're all studying the same thing, for example. Just being able to recognize that like there are avenues to get that kind of support, and it doesn't have to come from the family.
Yeah, and honestly, we have another 2024 grad who echoed this statement. This is from RJ Bai's son, who recently graduated from ASU with his magna cum laude with his Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So congrats, RJ. And RJ sent in a little thing, his advice about similar things. He said, having a good support system and maintaining a consistent routine was integral in keeping my grades up. It was really beneficial finding that balance between school and my personal life that kept me motivated. So as Claire and Hannah talked about, just finding that support system, which is really good and that you can go back upon.
Yes, that's definitely. And congratulations, RJ.
Yeah.
I wish you were with us because it's been a long, long time. We've been asking RJ to come, but I believe RJ is already preparing for his NCLEX, and he already got a job offered at Mayo Clinic. So
Congrats.
Mayo Hospital, wonderful. And this actually all this 2024 grads already got plans way ahead of them. In fact, Roman Mansour, our Madame Flor Magbanua, and Sir Jamal's son is already going to an Ivy League at Cornell University, also taking similar to global management, some masters.
Yeah.
So amazing how our community is growing. They're no longer kids. They're going to change the world. And I'm so proud of all of you. I had a chance to attend Hannah's outstanding graduates of the neuroscience. I wanted to give a huge shout out to all this amazing Hannah, your friend Tintin Wen, who is going to
He's gonna start his PhD in astronomy at Harvard University this fall.
yeah, and the other one is Ash Gupta.
There's also another classmate in the College of Science at the university. He's going to be starting his PhD at UT Austin, I think either in astronomy or physics, but both of these students, they're the students involved in physics and astronomy at the U of A are very, very research oriented. So they're all going off to do like
And
huge
and
things.
Wei, the Chinese. Yeah.
There's also a student, Hong Ji Wei. He's going. I think he's also going to start. I think he is also going to start his PhD at Harvard. I think in physics,
Physics and astronomy.
Well, it's gonna be one of
Astrophysics.
maybe it might be astrophysics. I don't know, but he's also extreme like force in the field of physics and astrophysics. So when we get new NASA images of like black holes and everything, you're gonna see one of those three names on the
Yes.
on the
very
papers.
cool.
And that's so cool. I was like watching this 2024 grads and what you are going to do in the future. The world is so, I can just see that the world is really going to change because I believe 2024 this new generation of young leaders has a heart, and not only they're very smart, but also the artistic connection is right there. And that's why this kind of character is what will change the world for good.
Yeah.
The world depends on you, and we are so proud that we have known you as from your younger years, and now it's like 7 years in the making. Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika has seen you grow. And Cecil, we're just so proud of them, right? And
I know.
And I'm sure not only us as parents are proud of them, but we wanted to inspire our community that our children, not only them, but all our children in our community here in America and beyond, can dream big, and all the dreams that you have can be achieved if you work hard for it and always seek for God's guidance, because that is where the power and the energy begins. So thank you so much, Hannah and Claire, for being our pioneer in this amazing future that is, you're paving so much great things to come for Cheska, and I'm sure Erica. Oh my God, that's another one. She's just in her freshman, and she's already making so many roads for our Arizona community. Yeah, your mom just mentioned. So Erica, we congratulate you too. She's going to be 2027.
2027, yeah.
Mia is going to be 2026. Your 2025.
25, yeah.
Wow. Every year we will have.
It's a
We
celebration.
shall have.
Great.
Yeah. So every year we wanted to celebrate our community's accomplishment, our young generation's accomplishment, and to Cecil, do you have anything to add?
Well, maybe like, success is not that easy for them to achieve. So sometimes they're really, build the so many challenges. But as what we all believe, there is nothing impossible with God. As long as you are God-centered, you offer everything to Him and pray, you will always be guided.
Yes.
Because blessings comes to those who really
Yes.
love and serve the Lord. Amen.
Yes, amen.
Yeah.
Just everything is in manifestation.
Yeah.
You ask God, and it
Yes.
will come true.
Of course.
Yes. That's the power of manifestation. Hannah's always mentioning that, right? Manifesting.
Yeah. But honestly, we also, I think, also coming from like a student standpoint, we want to thank our moms and our families because you guys are honestly the backbone of what everything. And I was telling Ate this a couple days ago that sometimes when I feel like I don't want, everything is being too hard and everything, upon praying and like reflecting, I remember like who I'm doing this for. So, and then I remember you guys. So thank you so much for always being there to support us. You guys deserve more credit than we mentioned. So
Oh.
Oh, that is so sweet. Coming from our children, that's all we need. And
Yeah.
thank you, Jessica. And at this time, we wanted to. Do you have anything to say, Claire?
Oh, well, like listening to everyone's like speak, I just am reminded of like the quote by Jose Rizal, ang kabataan ay pag-asa ng bayan.
Yes.
And I think that's so true right now. Like, we're the generation who's gonna spark change in the world. We're going to do amazing things. And like having you guys by our sides, we can do like anything that we put our mind to.
Thank you. Yes, we can. And we wanted to also highlight our birthday celebrant for today. Happy birthday to Veronica Acosta, the madre of Entre, Mujeres Radio. Feliz cumpleaños, Veronica Acosta of Entre, Mujeres Radio from BUHAY-BUHAY SA AMERIKA. And also Bernie, our sister.
Happy birthday, Bernie. Happy birthday.
Bernie Pineda, Barcilia Pineda. Thank you so much, Bernie, for all the love and support you had given to BUHAY-BUHAY SA AMERIKA. We cannot forget you. And to just a quick reminder, we have upcoming events in our community. Please join us for Bina Morales is coming to Phoenix, Arizona, live on
June 22nd.
Yes, June 22nd at Arizona Broadway Theater. Thank you. And next is Pantabulous Fashion Fest coming in on June 29. Contact Miss Rhys for sponsorship. That is going to be at, can you read?
Apostles Lutheran Church.
Apostles Lutheran Church. Thank you, in Peoria. And of course, the Miss Teen Arizona 2021 and our Philippine Independence 2024. Thank you. And our this would be in celebration of the Philippine Independence Day on June 8, 2024, and gala and grand coronation on July 27, 2024. Tickets are now on sale. And Marcelito Pomoy is coming to showroom at Casino Arizona on August 25, 2024. Contact Dr. June Saez to get your tickets. And it would be a beautiful concert with Maribeth Pascua and our diva Mabing Navarro. Thank you so much for joining us, and would love to hear your comments. And please like and subscribe to BUHAY-BUHAY SA AMERIKA. Your subscription and your following BUHAY-BUHAY SA AMERIKA can help us to continue the show. It's on YouTube, on Facebook, and we are turning 7 years very soon, Cecil, on August. And if on
all of you are inspired to continue the show, help us and be our sponsor. And also, if you notice, I am wearing Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. My daughter says earlier, oh, that is ASU's shirt. Yes,
ASU
it's
colors.
ASU and U of A. ASU color. All right. And if you are interested, support Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika by buying our t-shirt or being our sponsor. Would love to have you be our guest or be our sponsor of our episode. And from all of us here at Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. May God bless you and see you on our next episode. Mabuhay!
Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Join us again next time at Entre Mujeres Radio.net. Hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!